Lately, my father's health has been getting worse and worse. I'm really worried.
I know, your father is getting old. But Michelle, I have something important to tell you.
What is it?
Well, you're the only daughter. If something were to happen to your father, what would happen to your inheritance?
Inheritance? I can't believe we're talking about this now. My father is still alive.
No, that's why. You'd better ask him now, right? Inheritance stuff often becomes a problem later on.
But I don't want to think about that, not when I'm so preoccupied with my father.
I'm worried about your father too, but the reality is, what if something happens to him? Are you going to take it all on yourself?
That's...
If you don't know what your father is going to leave behind, how can you be prepared? I'm saying this for your own good, okay?
Maybe so, but it's too early to talk about this.
You're the one who's going to have trouble later if you talk like that. You don't want to have difficulty over an inheritance when you're busy with funerals and stuff, do you?
That's true, but...
I'll help you with it, and we'll talk it over. It'll make you feel better, okay?
Yeah, okay. I'll talk to my dad.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm sure your father will be relieved to know that we're prepared.
But I don't know if this is the right time.
Don't worry about the timing. What's important is that you're protected.
Yeah, you're right. But I don't know if my father would want to hear that.
I'll go with you, don't worry. I'm sure your father wants to make sure you have a secure future.
I understand that, but my father is stubborn, and I think he's resistant to talk about these things.
I know he's stubborn, but it's what you need to do. Your father will understand.
Well, let's hope so.
And there's one more thing I need to talk about.
What?
The funeral arrangements and procedures in case of an emergency. It's not easy for you to do it all by yourself, is it? I'll support you. I'll help you think about it.
Yeah, well, but it's really hard for me to talk about this.
I know it's hard, but you can't solve the problem by hiding away from reality. I'm sure your father will be relieved to know that you've made all the proper preparations.
I hope so.
Don't worry, I'm here for you. I'll do my best for you.
Thank you, Jack, but I really don't know if I'll have the courage to talk to my father.
You have to be brave and take the first step. You need to do this for your own good.
Yeah, okay, I'll try.
Okay, that's it. I'm sure your father will understand. That was a lot sooner than I thought it would be. Did my luck start to change?
What? What do you mean?
Well, I'm just saying it's time for me to take charge of your future.
What? I don't know what that means.
Well, you'll get it when you hear what I have to say.
What do you have to say?
Michelle, what I'm about to tell you is a big decision, so listen carefully.
Jack? I left my father's funeral just a few hours ago, and I haven't had a chance to process my feelings. Can't you wait a little longer to talk about the heavy stuff?
It's only now that the funeral is over that I can say it.
What is it?
The inheritance that you're going to get from your father will be managed by me from now on.
Okay. Jack, I appreciate all the help you gave me during the funeral, but can you please leave the inheritance stuff alone?
Huh?
Besides, my inheritance is none of your business, is it? I don't understand the nerve of you bringing this up right now.
I will manage all the inheritance you get from your father.
Huh?
Don't forget that we don't have any children, so you can divorce me quickly and easily, okay?
I was wondering what you were going to say.
If you don't like it, divorce, get out.
I see. So this is what my father was talking about.
What are you talking about?
We can talk about the inheritance after the wake. I'm tired now and I want to talk about it later.
Okay, I see what you mean. Well, okay. I know it's not something you can handle on your own at the moment. I have no choice but to wait and see. But you're going to have to think about what you can do to avoid getting divorced by me, and you're going to have to make a decision.
Okay. But I really don't think this is the right time to talk about this.
Don't worry about the timing. What's important is that you think about our future.
But I don't feel comfortable talking about it with my father in mind.
I understand how you feel, but we have to be realistic, for both of us.
I understand. But how are you going to manage my father's money?
Don't worry about that. I'll make all the plans, and you can rest assured that I'll take care of everything.
But I don't want my opinion to be ignored if you manage it.
I respect your opinion. It's just that I'll be the judge of the whole thing.
Your judgment isn't always the right one.
Trust me. I'm sure your father would be relieved to know that I'm in charge.
You can't keep bringing up my father who's already gone. You should be very careful how you spend the inheritance now, right?
That's why I'm managing it. You can't do it alone, can you?
But I want to spend my father's inheritance the way I think I should.
You're being naive. Let's face it. I'm in charge and everything will be fine.
Okay, but can we talk about this later? I'm really tired right now.
All right, but don't forget what I said. Think about it, okay?
I'll think about what I'm going to do now, and I'll think carefully.
Yeah, that's right. If you get it right, everything's gonna be fine.
Hello, Carla. I'm sorry to bother you, but is it okay to chat? Yes, it's okay. Thank you for all your help with my father's funeral the last 2 days. No problem. I learned a lot from your father as one of his secretaries. I'm glad we were able to see him off nicely. I'm sure my father would be happy to hear that. Thank you very much. It was an honor for me to be able to help him. I will take care of everything from now on. I'm already indebted to you, but thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm sorry if I'm getting ahead of myself. Are you talking about your husband? Yes. Is it a good time to ask? Yes, just as your father said. It was right that I made the first move. Really? By the way, I heard that the information brought to him by you was the deciding factor. Thank you very much. It was just something I happened to witness, but I'm glad I was able to be of help. So, about the future. Yes? I'll be in the office tomorrow afternoon, so I'd like to discuss it in more detail. I understand. I'll notify all the parties concerned. Thank you very much. Michelle, please don't worry about your future. All of us will support you. I'm a little relieved to hear that, but I'm not at ease because of Jack. Did Jack say anything to you? Yes, he said he's going to manage the estate himself, and he's trying to force me to do it. That was to be expected, but don't worry, Michelle, you have my firm support. I really appreciate it, and we'll talk more about it tomorrow. Hey, you haven't come home once since the funeral. Where are you and what are you doing?
Well, you know, I told you I'd divorce you if you didn't leave me in charge of the estate. In the meantime, I thought it'd be nice to leave you on your own for a while. You know, once you've had a taste of what it's like to be without me, it'll be easier for you to understand how a divorce affects you. It'll make it easier for you to make the right decision.
Is that why? By the way, where are you now?
At my parents' house.
I already checked with your parents. They said you weren't there.
What?
You went to work, right?
Well, it's not like I'm sick.
That's fine, but...
What?
Think about what's happening.
What?
Don't come crying to me later.
Of course not. What in the world are you talking about?
Thank you for today, Carla. No problem at all. I'm glad we didn't have any difficulties. We're finally starting in earnest. Once again, congratulations on your appointment as CEO. Thank you very much. For the time being, I'll be relying mainly on the support of the chairman, who was also the previous CEO, and of course on you, who has become my secretary. I look forward to working with you as well. Well then, let's start with cleaning up around here, shall we?
Hey, Michelle, you did this, didn't you? I know it's you, right? Answer me. What did you do to my company?
What is it? I'm busy and you're bothering me.
What did you do to my company?
How am I supposed to know about your company?
I was told by upper management that Eklund's business dealings have been totally cancelled. They even told me that I, as the person in charge, was responsible for that. That company is the largest in the industry with 1,000 employees, and they're our most important business partner, accounting for a large percentage of our sales. What's more, what do you mean you're the new CEO of Eklund, which makes $50 billion a year in sales? I didn't hear anything. What the hell is going on? What is happening? Explain it. If you don't, I'll seriously start talking about divorce.
Yes, divorce is fine. I'd rather ask for a divorce from you.
Huh?
If you could realize that what you were doing was exposed, you would understand immediately, wouldn't you?
What on earth are you talking about?
Well, I guess. Before that, do I need to explain why I became the CEO of Eklon?
Yes, that's right. I know your father was the previous CEO of Eklon, but you are not an employee of Eklon, are you? Why are you following in your father's footsteps? We never talked about that, did we? What's going on?
There seems to be a misunderstanding, so let me explain that first. I didn't become the next CEO simply because I am the daughter of the previous CEO.
What do you mean?
6 years ago, during my father's time, the company was in the red for 4 consecutive years. At that time, I was asked to consult as a management consultant, and I was able to recover the company's performance. Thankfully, many people have been impressed with my skills and have suggested that I become the next CEO. With the understanding of the board of directors and shareholders, I was unanimously elected. I have to live up to the expectations of our employees and shareholders.
Why didn't you tell me about this beforehand?
We were still in the process of making an official announcement.
No, but...
In the first place, I'm not going to tell every single thing to the person I've been thinking about divorcing for the past 6 months.
What, since 6 months ago?
With my father's sudden death and my appointment as CEO, it hasn't been easy to move forward. I'll be relentless from now on, so just keep that in mind.
Wait a minute, Michelle. Hey, Michelle, now you're sending me mail from your lawyer? What are you thinking? Why am I being sued for emotional damages? And what about my inheritance from your father?
You don't have the right to that in the first place.
You want a divorce.
I told you I want a divorce. That's why I mailed you.
Why?
I know everything. Even if I say that, do you still not have any idea?
What do you mean by that?
You haven't come home, and I can tell you where you're living right now.
You don't have to tell me. I'm not having an affair.
Are you still trying to keep it quiet? Don't be silly. You're living with her, aren't you? I already know. I mean, you should know that because you read the mail from my lawyer, right?
Huh?
I know you're always busy, but you should at least read the letter. You're being too cocky.
Michelle, why aren't you answering my calls?
Oh, because you're no longer of any use to me. So what is it? I'm busy.
I got fired from my job. You did something else, didn't you?
Fired? That's your own problem, isn't it? I had nothing to do with this.
No, it's all your fault. I was told that the contract with Eklon, our business partner, has been cancelled altogether. That's why they made me take the blame and fired me. It's your fault, isn't it?
It's your fault that the deal was cancelled. As the new CEO of Eklon, which makes $50 billion a year in sales, I couldn't just overlook your dishonest behavior.
What are you talking about?
Do you realize how much of a nuisance your actions are to our company?
It's awful that they're firing me. Do something about it.
Do something about it? We have all the evidence we need that you've been groping multiple female employees and committing unforgivable acts. We can't allow you to do that.
Proof of what? What are you talking about?
We have evidence of inappropriate messages you sent to female employees of my company, and we have all the evidence of you asking them out to hotels. And I have a formal complaint from these women. As a fellow woman, I can't allow it.
What? Wait, Michelle, you've got it all wrong. I didn't mean to snap at you. I was kind of upset, so I lashed out.
Oh, is there some mistake? It's all a result of your actions. You should take responsibility for your own actions. It's your own fault that you lost credibility as a business partner and the trust of your employees. It's also your fault for having an affair, isn't it? How dare you try to talk your way out of it?
Do something about it, Michelle. I have nothing left. If you don't do something about it, my life will be over.
I have no obligation to do anything about it. Think about what you tried to do to me. You tried to take away my father's entire inheritance.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's not enough to apologize now.
I'm sincerely sorry about that, so please forgive me. There's nothing left for me.
You need to reflect on your actions. I think you'd better learn to live with integrity. So I don't have a single reason to help you.
Michelle, you're abandoning me?
Abandoning you? No, this is just your time to reap what you have sown for yourself. Please don't contact me again.
Michelle, I really need your help. What am I supposed to do?
Actually, your crimes have come to light.
Huh?
We know you've been spending company money for personal use. You were paying off the woman you were having an affair with, weren't you?
That's,
Everything you did is just coming back to you.
Please, Michelle. I'll take care of you for the rest of my life, so please forgive me this time.
I can't find any reason to help you. I'm divorcing you. How could I possibly help someone who will be a stranger to me?
Oh, don't be so cruel.
Don't depend on me anymore. You're on your own.
Michelle, please, don't abandon me.
I'm not abandoning you. You brought this on yourself, okay? It's the grown-up thing to take responsibility for your own actions, right? So, goodbye. Shortly thereafter, Jack was officially fired from his job because he had lost the trust of his business partners and it had come to light that he had been harassing female employees. It would have been an unavoidable outcome. After that, our divorce became official. Jack had to pay a large amount of alimony, which was a huge blow to him financially, and he was also sued by the female employees of Eklon. Legal problems were piling up. Of course, when the woman he had been having an affair with found out about it, she dumped him and he lost everything. His family, friends, trust, everything was destroyed. He got what he deserved. I, on the other hand, kept the company I inherited from my father. I am now the president of a company that boasts annual sales of $50 billion, and I lead a busy but fulfilling life every day. I would like to keep moving forward with my father's teachings in my heart.
Sis, can you talk to me right now? I got a call that you were seriously injured and hospitalized. Are you okay? Bethany, thanks for contacting me. I can't call you because I'm in the hospital room, but we can text each other. I was so surprised to hear about your accident. I was surprised too. Maybe I'm the most surprised here. So, how are you feeling? I'm fine, but I broke my leg, or more precisely, the bone near my femur. I'm going to be in the hospital for a while. Even if I get out of the hospital, I'll have to move from one hospital to another for rehabilitation. It's going to be a long time. I see. How's the pain? It's just after the accident, so I'm still in a lot of pain. But I'm in the hospital, so I can tell the nurses to help me get rid of the pain. Just listening to what you told me, it sounds like it hurts so much. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Yeah, thanks. I'll let you know if I need your help. Judas, are you busy? I just entered my lunch break. I see. Anyway, could you bring me a change of clothes? I've been wearing the same clothes for so long, so I need to change. I'm going on a business trip tomorrow. Really? Seems that you're busy. Don't you have time tonight? You can just use the courier to deliver it to me. Don't be reckless. I need to wake up early in the morning tomorrow. I know, but I want to see you. You're not a child. Don't be selfish. I can't let myself spoil you all the time. I'm sorry for troubling you. The pain has subsided a bit, and I wanted to see you. Also, I really need a change of clothes. Why don't you just buy some? Don't just call me every time you want something. What? Are you mad at me? I'm sorry. I've been so busy that I just got irritated. Sorry for that. I'm also annoyed when you apologize in such a deliberate manner. Then what should I do? I'm still a wounded person, so please give me a little more help. Except for emergency call, I want you to stay quiet and recuperate. Isn't that too cold? I didn't get hurt because I wanted to. You should be a little more concerned about me. It's not that I'm not worried. Judas, you were so nice to me before. Lately, you've been kind of distant. Even before the accident, I was worried about you. What's wrong? Nothing. I'm just busy with work. I know that your work has gotten busier. You've been working more overtime hours than before. I always felt lonely whenever I cooked dinner and waited for you alone. Can you stop talking about that now? It has nothing to do with your injury or hospitalization, right? Yes, but you always contacted me before. Now you don't even bother to call me when you work overtime anymore. Now that we've been married for quite a while and I'm the breadwinner, we can't stay like newlyweds forever. You should understand that much. You never used to get mad at me for this. You're so persistent. Sorry. Oh, I forgot to tell you. What? I'm going on an overseas trip next week. What? At a time like this? What do you mean? I'm going to work and living my life as usual. Yes, but I've been in an accident and I'm in the hospital. Don't you have any concern for me? I do worry about you, but my co-workers invited me on a golf trip. I'm kind of living a single life now, so I said yes with a light heart. I can't believe you just did that. I'm about to go through a whole lot of rehab from now on. Then let me ask you, what do you want me to do? I can't help your injury. I also can't do the rehabilitation on your behalf. I know, but I'm mentally damaged too. I just want you to be close to me. You're being very childish, Rosie. I don't know how I can cope with you from now on. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm very busy at work, so you're on your own. We've got a great concession stand now. If you need something, you should buy it yourself. If you insist so much, I won't ask you anymore. It's so annoying when you twist things like that. Just forget it. Bethany, can I have a word? Sis, what's wrong? I was wondering if you could bring me a change of clothes. If I'm available, I'll do so. Really? Thanks. I'm going to run out of spare clothes today, so I need you to bring them by tomorrow. Tomorrow? Actually, I'm going on an overseas business trip tomorrow. What? You're going abroad on a business trip? Yes, I've been promoted. I see. I'll ask Mom to do it for me then. I'm sorry. Never mind. It can't be helped since you're working too. I wish my husband could be a little more helpful. Are you talking about Judas? What happened? Yes, he's busy with work, so he wants me to buy everything I don't have enough of. But if I had to buy everything, it would be ridiculous financially, wouldn't it? I'll be in the hospital for a long time from now on. I know, but your husband is on a business trip too, right? It's no wonder he couldn't help, even if you told him the day before. What? How did you know about that? What's wrong? Nothing. I'm sorry, I don't seem very helpful either. No problem. By the way, how long are you planning to stay overseas? I'm going to be there for 4 nights and 5 days starting tomorrow. Even though it's for work, it's my first time overseas, so I'm looking forward to it. That's great. Well, good luck with your work. I'm sorry I couldn't bring a change of clothes for you. Don't worry about that. Sis, please, it's urgent. Bethany, is that you? What's wrong? I can't call you since I'm inside the hospital room, sorry. You can just text me. Your husband had an accident abroad. What? I just got a call from the police. It was a terrible accident and he's dying. They want one of his relatives to come. But you're in the hospital, so I'll go on your behalf. What do you mean he's dying? I don't know, so I'll go anyway to check on him. Bethany, wait a minute. Sis? I told you I can't answer your call, didn't I? Sis, you may find this hard to believe. Your husband took his last breath before I arrived. What? You mean he died? Believe it or not, yes, that's right. Is it true? It seems he slipped off a cliff while climbing the mountain. I have the backpack that belonged to him. Huh? How did you know about that before me? What do you mean? Could you please explain to me? I don't understand. I know it's hard to accept the fact that he died. It's so sudden. I haven't been able to think straight since yesterday. Anyway, I have a huge concern about that. What is it? I'm his wife, so I wonder why no one has contacted me to let me know about what happened to him. Don't you think that police usually call the spouse in this kind of circumstances? I don't know why that is. Isn't it because you're in the hospital? Besides, it's such a big case, and yet I haven't heard anything from his parents either. If their son died, they should have contacted me immediately, right? Something doesn't seem right. You're right. Anyway, sis, shouldn't you take care of his insurance and other formalities as soon as possible? Anyway, which police department contacted you? What was the name of the officer in charge? I can't remember. My mind is so blank. I was desperate too. I'm more concerned about the procedure. By the way, Judas said he was going on a golf trip with his colleagues. Why did he climb the mountain when he said that he was going on a golf trip? And it's funny that he even had a backpack. He doesn't bring a backpack to golf trips. Are you sure about that? And why are you here? I thought you told me that you went on a business trip overseas for 4 nights and 5 days. It was a mistake my company made. They didn't have everything ready for me, so the business trip was postponed. Anyway, that's not the point, sis. Your husband passed away. We have to do all the formalities as soon as possible. I can't believe it, because no one in my family has been notified, and no one has seen his body. Sis, don't you believe me? I want to believe you, but there are too many inconsistencies to make what you told me believable. What are you talking about in an emergency like this? Recently, Judas's attitude toward me has been strangely cold. He suddenly announced that he was going on an overseas trip. The dates are exactly the same as your overseas business trip. Something doesn't add up. Isn't that just your imagination? I don't know. Then maybe I should ask someone at the company. About what? Judas said he was going on an overseas trip with his colleagues from work. I wonder if anyone else is taking a vacation on the same dates. We need to check with those people about Judas too, right? I'll look into that. You're in the hospital, so it's hard for you to call and find out, isn't it? Bethany, you're lying, aren't you? Why? You're jumping to conclusions. Besides, I didn't miss anything you told me. What are you talking about? When I told you that Judas wasn't being helpful, you knew that he went on a business trip, right? I don't remember anything about that. And you also knew that Judas and I had exchanged messages the day before. That's impossible, isn't it? Only Judas and I could have known about it. I wonder I realized that something's wrong at that time. What? Bethany, you're having an affair with Judas, aren't you? That's not true. Sis, at a time like this, there's no way I'm having an affair with your husband. Really? Then can I report this to our parents and Judas's parents? I mean, I have to report it anyway. Well...
Hey, Rosie, you're such a nasty woman. How dare you deceive Bethany?
Bethany, how dare you have an affair with my own sister behind my back? I knew it right away. Why don't you come up with a better plan?
It's none of your business.
What do you mean? I'm hurt and I've been through a lot of difficulties. But you were going for an affair trip with my sister. You must be kidding me.
That's because you're not attractive. I'd rather be with Bethany than watching you in the hospital. You need to consider my feelings.
When did you become such a heartless person? It's crazy to think that you were trying to erase yourself from the world.
I don't care about that.
You shouldn't have done that. You faked it because you didn't want to pay alimony since you were having an affair. You thought that if you were gone before the affair was discovered, you wouldn't have to pay alimony. It's really childish of you to think that way.
Shut up. This is what happened because you didn't take care of yourself, right?
Huh?
This happened because you tried to depend on someone else.
I don't understand what you're saying.
I told you to buy it yourself if you need something. And then you tried to get Bethany to bring your clothes for you. You got yourself into this mess.
What a dumbfounded reason. You're so pathetic that I'm about to cry just by hearing you blabbering nonsense. I wonder why did I marry someone like you?
Well, you made your own choices and you deserve what's coming to you. I've always been the way I am. You cried and said you loved me. So I married you out of pity. And you have a good income, so it wasn't that bad. But you got carried away.
That's terrible. Is that why you married me?
That's right. When I heard you are going to be in the hospital for a long time, I thought you'll lose your income, so I have no reason to stay together with you. And now that Bethany is here, I had no choice but to divorce you.
You were thinking about such a terrible thing?
It would be a waste to pay alimony to a woman like you. That's why I thought of a way to avoid paying alimony.
I didn't know you were that much of a scumbag.
You were able to experience the joys of marriage, even though it was only for a little while. Be thankful for that.
Hey, that's rude.
A lame girl like you isn't popular among guys. You should be thanking me for getting married to you.
What kind of scum are you? I'll never forgive you.
I'm going to be together with Bethany. I don't need you to forgive me.
Okay then. As soon as Bethany started nagging me, I contacted an investigation agency and had them gather evidence. Even this communication is one of those evidences.
Investigation agency?
Yes, that's right. I have a picture of you and my sister walking happily, holding hands in the departure lobby of the airport. Thank you for leaving us so much evidence. I'll ask my lawyer to take care of the rest. I don't think I'll have any trouble.
Look, I'll pay you the alimony. In exchange, will you plead out to both parents about what happened with Bethany?
Huh? What do you mean?
Both parents are furious. Even if it's good for me, I feel sorry for Bethany. She said that her parents will cut ties with her.
That's what I heard too.
Then what you have to do is to fix the story for Bethany's sake.
Why?
You're her sister, right? Aren't you supposed to help your sister out when she's having a hard time?
Don't be silly. Who do you think is the victim here? I was seriously injured and spent a long time in the hospital while enduring pain and suffering from the rehabilitation. But you didn't even come to visit me. To top it all off, you were having an affair with my own sister. If my injuries don't heal, I'll sue you for inflicting injury.
Huh? I didn't cause your injuries.
You inflicted emotional distress on me when I was injured. If the injuries don't heal as a result, then you're guilty of inflicting injury, right? And of course, I'll get compensation for that.
What a nasty woman. You're ripping me off.
That's quite the thing to say. I'd be depressed too if you said that much. Well, I'll never forgive you and Bethany for sure.
What?
How could I possibly forgive you after being told that much? Luckily, I'm really glad that my in-laws are sensible people. They seem to be taking this matter very seriously.
They won't even talk to me. What did they say?
They say they'll pay the alimony in a lump sum and make sure you won't run away. Your parents said that they're going to make you work and pay for the money they have paid on your behalf.
Oh no.
I've given my parents-in-law the contact information for the lawyer. I'm sure they're working things out with both sides. Don't underestimate me that I'm not capable of doing anything just because I'm in the hospital. Besides, I heard you're building a house right now.
How do you know that?
I told you. I had the investigation agency check it out. You probably started the construction because you were hoping for the insurance money. Are you stupid? There's no way that such an obvious cover-up story would work. There's no way you'll get the insurance money.
That's a lie. Then where are we going to live?
I'm getting divorced, so I don't care about that. Why don't you talk to Bethany instead? You were supposed to live together with her, right?
There's no way I can talk to Bethany about that. She's much younger than me.
I see. Seems that you are too proud to do that.
I've had enough. But if you're getting a divorce, there's the division of property.
Huh? Stop talking nonsense. The savings I have now are what I saved when I was single. What you saved before marriage is not included in the property division.
You started saving after we were married, remember?
I did save money, but you spent it all on such things as golf, cars, business suits, and so on.
You're lying.
I'm not lying. It's obvious if you see the savings account in your shopping history.
So what am I supposed to do?
I don't know. I said I'm divorcing you, so just be prepared for that. You can handle the rest on your own. You're the one who did this to yourself.
No way. Then let me tell you. Building that house was also Bethany's wish. She said she'd make the down payment with me, so I stepped in. In the end, I found out that she didn't have a penny saved up. That's one of the reasons we planned this.
I knew it. That girl has zero financial sense since she was a little girl.
Really?
She spent everything she had and borrowed money from my parents many times. I wonder if her personality will ever change. I hope she didn't borrow money elsewhere after our parents got mad at her.
You're kidding, right? What are we supposed to do?
I don't know. Why don't you discuss with Bethany?
Don't be so cold. You're my wife and her sister, right? You could at least help us out a little.
I can't believe how brazen you are. When I was in the hospital with an injury and feeling sad, you didn't even show me any kindness. On top of that, you were having an affair with my own sister. I'm not going to do anything to help both of you. Let's talk about the rest through a lawyer. Tell that to Bethany too.
Please, don't do this to me.
Well then, take care. Thanks to the lawyer's help, the divorce was successfully finalized. I got both Judas and Bethany to pay me alimony for the affair. There was plenty of evidence of the affair, such as pictures and talk history, so they had no choice but to admit to the affair. However, I was just a little bit merciful that I didn't bring up the cover-up story. Bethany, who had run out of money, cried and asked our parents for help. Naturally, she was turned away at the door. It was her own fault, so she deserves that. Of course, the house that they had almost built together was also destroyed. With nowhere to live, they were forced to rent a shabby apartment near my parents-in-law's house to make ends meet. They're currently living under the supervision of my parents-in-law. Bethany could not stand such a life and decided to leave the apartment. Neither my parents nor I know what happened to them after that. I'm now living at home with my parents supporting me. After a long period of rehabilitation, I finally feel renewed as I get closer to returning back to work. Damien, are you on your lunch break right now?
Yeah, I am. What's going on?
I got a message from your mother this morning.
Really? What did she say?
She scolded me because you didn't take your shirt to the dry cleaning.
I see.
What? You told me not to take your shirt to the dry cleaning, didn't you?
Did I?
Yes, you did. You said it was a waste of money, so it was fine to use the washing machine at home.
I think I forgot about that.
How could you forget what you said? Thanks to you, your mother has been giving me a lot of crap about it.
What did she say?
She said that you are a good office worker, but you're forced to wear a lame shirt that I ironed. Don't you feel sorry for me?
Oh, I'm sure Mom is right.
No way. I just did what you told me to. Why should I listen to every single complaint by your mother? Anyway, it seems that your mother doesn't trust me at all.
Hey, don't talk bad about my mom.
I'm not bad-mouthing her, but...
Well, you've been complaining about how Mom has been treating you. Mom treated you that way because she was worried about me. You should understand that.
It's your fault, isn't it? You forgot your own words. I know you're taking your mother's side.
Don't blame me. She was just telling you to take my shirt to the dry cleaning. Why do you have to be so mad? I'm now aware that you have no love for me.
That's not the point. Anyway, as for the shirt, you have to say something to your mother to fix this problem.
Yeah, I got it. But you need to know that Mom was saying the right thing.
Yeah, whatever.
Tina, can I have a minute with you?
I'm at work, so I don't have much time.
You always use work as your excuse. That's why you can't even take care of my son well.
Not again.
I heard you complain to Damien yesterday. I asked him about the details.
I didn't complain. I just told him the truth.
Stop talking nonsense. You're always cutting corners and doing housework, and you also choose to work instead of taking care of your husband.
I don't remember cutting corners for housework, and I'm taking good care of my husband. I woke up early every day, made his lunch, did all the housework, then went to work. After work, I even do the rest of the chores.
I'm sick of hearing your lame excuses. Unfortunately, my son said that you're not a good cook. He prefers to eat my cooking instead.
I see.
What do you mean by that? You should say that you're going to learn how to cook better for my son. Or you can just ask me to teach you how to cook. It seems that you're not willing to improve yourself to be a better person.
I took a cooking class for the sake of my husband. All the dishes prepared were those I learned from a former top chef. I have no idea what kind of food I should cook for your son if he thought that they didn't taste good.
Former top chef? When did you start taking cooking classes?
I started right after we got married.
And yet my son said that your cooking doesn't taste good. How bad of a cook are you?
What? I think it wasn't bad at all. Besides, my parents and friends said that my cooking is delicious.
Don't you know anything about social graces? How can other people say to your face that your food tastes bad? They praised you because they were trying not to hurt your feelings. I can't believe you don't know that much.
That's not true. My parents are very outspoken about good and bad things. And my friends are old acquaintances, so they're not the kind of people who flatter me.
You're such a noisy woman. Fine then. As for the cooking, I'll give you a full lesson next time.
Are you serious, Ebony?
Of course I am. Since my son said that your cooking is bad, I'll make you learn my taste. Damien says he wants to eat my cooking, remember? He doesn't want to eat the top chef's food.
That's true. But I'm working, and I'm afraid I don't have extra time for that. Also, I haven't been able to go to cooking classes since my work got busy nowadays.
Here we go again. You're using work as an excuse. I really feel sorry for my son. I can't just let him suffer, so you need to listen to what you're told.
Oh no. Hey, Damien.
What is it?
You complained to your mother again, didn't you? Every time you do that, I get scolded. If you want to complain, why don't you tell me directly?
I wasn't complaining, but...
But what?
My mom is better at many things than you.
Huh?
Because my mom raised me since I was little, right? That's why her style is so ingrained in me. I was comfortable with the way she took care of me, so I couldn't help it. I want you to do the same.
That's a bit disgusting.
What do you mean by disgusting? Don't be rude.
You're just a mama's boy. That really is disgusting. I doubt your mother's education.
What did you say?
You're the one who couldn't stand on your own. You became a mama's boy because of your mother's education.
Huh? Stop saying bad things about mom.
So you're saying it's my fault?
That's right. It's your fault that you don't listen to mom.
You're always taking your mother's side. You don't care about me, your wife, do you?
I didn't say that.
No, you say that all the time.
You don't take care of me because you're too busy working. It's your fault.
How dare you say that? You have no idea how much I take care of you, even though I'm busy with work. You don't take care of yourself. You also don't take care of the housework.
That's not true.
You go back to your parents' house whenever you got a chance. You talk badly about me to your mother. And when you come home, all you do is just laze around.
What do you mean? Don't be rude. I'm tired from work. I work hard every day to provide for my family. Don't you think that's enough?
Well, if we could live on your income alone, that would be fine. But it's impossible, so that's why I'm working.
You're working just because you like your job, don't you?
I like my job, but, frankly speaking, I'm a little tired these days of taking care of you.
Then quit your job and give your all for your husband.
We won't be able to make ends meet if I do that. If I could, I would have done so by now. Anyway, will you stop complaining to your mother?
Why?
I'm the one who gets blamed for that. I'm busy, so I don't want to deal with more troubles. Damien, pick up the phone.
I'm still at work.
Can you explain to me?
About what?
For heaven's sake, don't pretend as if you know nothing, Damien. I just got home and your mother is here.
Oh, Seems like she has arrived there safely. Glad to hear that.
What are you talking about?
I've decided to have Mom live with us from today.
Huh? Why?
Why? Because you're always working and never doing enough to take care of the house. Mom's going to take care of us both.
I don't understand. Why do you decide such an important thing without letting me know in advance? This is our house.
Because you promised Mom you'd learn to cook. So if we live together, you can do that whenever you want.
I didn't promise anything. Your mother just said so herself.
I want you to learn cooking from her.
What?
You should think about me, Tina. I'm being forced to eat bad food every single day.
Bad food?
Your food tastes bad. That's why I want to eat Mom's food. So why don't you master Mom's cooking? Don't you think it's very reasonable to have it this way?
I don't get it. Anyway, this is our house, so I'm going to ask your mother to leave. You should tell her about that.
Why? We're finally going to live with my mom. You should be a little more happy too because it's going to be easier for you to do the housework. I wish you'd learn more from Mom.
I refuse. You two decided that on your own, mama's boy.
What the heck? I'll report everything you say to Mom. You're gonna get scolded by her. She's very scary when she gets angry, you know.
I'm speechless. I don't think I can deal with you and your mother anymore. I don't know how your mother raised you that you ended up being a mama's boy. I've had enough.
What? Don't turn my mother into a villain. If you talk bad about my mom, I'll divorce you.
That might be a good idea.
Huh? Why are you being cocky? Mom's gonna give you a hard time from now on, so you better brace yourself. If you cause any problems, you'll be divorced immediately. Anyway, you're going to take special training from my mom starting today.
So, that's how you think. Okay then.
You still haven't finished work? Hey, reply to me. Mom is about to collapse from hunger, you know. What are you doing?
What do you want?
What time do you think it is now? What are you going to do about dinner tonight?
Dinner? You have your mother, so why don't you have her cook you a nice meal?
Mom said you were supposed to cook today.
Today? I cooked dinner every day, didn't I?
Is that so? I don't care either way, but come home early and make dinner.
Even if I come home early and make dinner, your mother will interrupt me.
Huh?
Hiding the knives, pans, scattering seasonings all over the kitchen, and so on.
What are you talking about?
I'm the one who wants to know about that. Your mother acts like a child. It takes me twice as long to cook dinner. Besides,
what else?
Your mother came over to our house because she wants to teach me how to cook, right?
Well, it's not just cooking, but also household chores in general.
For your information, your mother never cooked even once after she came to our house.
What?
She has never done any housework, let alone cooking.
That's impossible. Mom said she'd make sure you're thoroughly trained as a good wife.
I'm not a housekeeper. Your mother is just lazing around every day.
That can't be true. I'm getting calls from her every day, and she reported about what she instructed you to do.
That's only her one-sided story, isn't it? She never did a single chore. Also, she never taught me how to cook.
That's a lie. Why do you speak so ill of my mother? She's trying so hard to make you a good wife. Why are you always so defiant? I told you before, if you speak ill of Mom, I'll divorce you.
Then divorce me immediately.
What? Have you finally lost your mind?
Your mother didn't only force you to let her live with us. She's also using up all our savings.
Are you kidding me?
You gave your mother our joint savings card, didn't you?
Yeah, because I asked her to put some money in it.
Why?
Huh?
She's almost spending all the money you've accumulated.
That can't be true.
Then why don't you ask your mother? I was surprised when I looked at the account book while I was depositing my money. The balance was only $30.
No way.
Even if it's your own mother, it's a crime to withdraw money from an account without permission and spend it. We can sue her for theft.
Wait a minute. Don't make my mom a criminal.
You forced me to let your mother live with us by framing me for a crime I didn't commit. And to top it all off, your mother is using our savings.
I didn't know anything about that.
Just because you didn't know doesn't mean you can just forgive her. In the first place, you only believed what your mother told you. You didn't listen to me at all.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
I can't be together with mad people like you and your mother anymore. I will gladly divorce you. So get out of there right now.
Excuse me? This is my house too. Why don't you just leave?
Huh? That's the condo I bought before we got married. Why do I have to leave?
Because if we get divorced, we'll have to divide the property.
Looks like you know nothing about property division. I wonder why your mother didn't teach you common sense.
What?
Division of property is only valid for property created by the couple after marriage. The condo is not part of the property division because I bought it before we were married. It's common sense, Damien.
Then where are we supposed to live?
Do as you please. Why don't you just go back to your family house?
That house is gone.
What? You gotta be kidding me.
Mom sold it to move in with us.
No one told me about that. What happened to the money she got from selling the house?
I know nothing about that. Mom said she was going to sell it, so I told her it was fine since she was coming to live with us.
Are you guys out of your mind? If you sell the house, there will be thousands of dollars coming in, right? How come our savings are dwindling in spite of that?
I have no idea.
I can't believe you just said that. I really can't keep up with you people. If I stay together with both of you, my condo is going to be sold too. Just get out of that condo.
Don't say that. We have nowhere to go.
I don't care if you say that now. You let your mother move in with us on your own, didn't you? Do something about it yourself.
I didn't know she was having financial problems.
Seriously? Why didn't you talk to me about all of this before you moved in with me?
I just did what Mom told me to do, because I've never made a mistake whenever I listened to her. That's why I got married to you.
Huh? You got married to me because your mother told you to do so?
Yes, that's right. You have a good job, and you don't seem that you want to quit. Mom told me if I got married to you, my life will be easier.
What kind of reason is that? So what about the marriage proposal you told me at that time?
That was Mom's idea. She made me memorize it the day before.
Gosh, I wonder why did I marry you? I'm sure I'm gonna regret that decision for the rest of my life.
We're a married couple, so you'll reconsider, won't you? I don't have a place to live. I can't support Mom on my income alone. You're going to have to work with me and help me.
You really are the worst kind of mama's boy. Your mother is quite crazy and you're just the same. I can't do this anymore.
Don't say that. Just come home as soon as possible.
You've got to be kidding me. You're creeping me out. I never want to see or talk to you guys ever again. Anyway, you have 5 days to get out of there. I already put that condo on the market.
What? No way. Why did you do that? You should have discussed that with me in advance.
How dare you say that? You decided on your own to have your mother move in with us. This is what happened as a result.
Yes, but you can't just sell the house like that.
The house is in my name and I paid for it. What I do with it is my business. Besides, I'm not going to live with your mom who spends people's savings without their permission. I definitely don't want to live with you too.
Don't say bad things about Mom.
Okay then. I'm not so sure I wouldn't speak ill of your mom. So why don't you talk to my lawyer from now on?
Lawyer? You're seriously going to divorce me?
It's obvious, isn't it? I told you a while ago that we can't stay together. From now on, you're going to listen to my lawyer and proceed. Then, get out of my condo within 5 days. The contractors will start coming in 6 days from now.
Oh no. What are we supposed to do from now?
I don't know. Anyway, I don't want you to have anything to do with me ever again. If you and your mother dare to come close to me, you'll have to talk to my lawyer first. If you don't do that, maybe I'll call the police.
Don't do that. Please, you have to help us. I'll ask Mom to leave if that's what you want. That's all right, isn't it?
No, I can't stand being together with a mama's boy like you. Why don't you live the rest of your life pampering your favorite mother instead? But I'll make sure you pay the alimony and pay back the money I've saved from our joint account.
I can't do that. I don't have the money since my mom spent most of it.
I don't think I can talk about this with you anymore. Well then, take care and good luck with everything. After that, the divorce was successfully finalized, thanks to the lawyer's discretion. Damien and Ebony, who had no place to live and no money, seemed to resist the divorce, but the lawyer urged them to sign the divorce papers. There is a record of a line between Damien and his mother. The time of the money withdrawal coincided with the time of Ebony's appearance on the security camera at the bank, so I was able to file a claim for alimony. The money I saved is firmly incorporated into the alimony. My mother-in-law seemed to be addicted to gambling. She seemed to have poured a lot of money into it in a short period of time, and because of that, she was in financial trouble. It seems that she planned to move in with us this time because she was in need of money. Stealing other people's money to gamble is just unforgivable. I felt a little sorry for her son who was raised by such a mother, but I guess he'll just have to accept it. I heard that they are now living together in an old and cheap apartment. Damien's income alone is not enough to make ends meet, so his mother yells at him every day. She was also thinking to have Damien work part-time job after his main work. I wonder how long can Damien, who loves his mom so dearly, can endure that kind of torture. Anyway, I sold the apartment I was living in. Then, I bought a new one-bedroom apartment near my workplace. It is spacious enough for one person and I'm satisfied with it. I would like to devote myself to my work in this comfortable apartment for a while.
Melanie, what are you doing? Melanie, what are you doing not answering the phone? Whatever, just answer the phone.
Catherine, I'm sorry. I didn't notice. Can I help you?
You're taking maternity leave from today, right? I know you're not busy anyway, so I need you to pick me up at the station.
I'm sorry, Catherine.
What?
I'm going to take maternity leave from today, but I have some paperwork to finish. So, I'm at work right now. I won't be able to pick you up.
What? I thought you would pick me up. You're really useless.
What?
You always make excuses and don't follow what I tell you at all. Maybe I should punish you.
Punish me? I'm not a slave.
Aren't you misunderstanding?
Misunderstanding?
Yes. You're no better than a slave because you can't do what I say. You're a psycho wife.
Worse than a slave. How terrible. Anyway, I can't pick you up today. I'm sorry, but you'll have to go home alone.
Wow, how cheeky. You're not enough to be a wife. You keep making excuses about work and don't do any chores. I thought you were finally going on maternity leave, but look at you.
Catherine, while I was working, I made breakfast and dinner, cleaned the house, and did the laundry. I don't remember leaving them.
Shut up. You talk back to me all the time. Why can't you listen to me?
I'm sorry.
If you can't pick me up, I don't need you. Bye. Melanie, where are you?
What? I'm here to buy the toothpaste you asked me to go get. And I'm also buying food for dinner.
Oh, you're still shopping?
Still? You told me 10 minutes ago.
So, what's for dinner tonight?
You said you wanted to eat fried chicken, so I'm looking for it right now.
Fried chicken? Why such a greasy thing?
Because you said you wanted to eat it.
Do you know how old my husband and I are?
Well, mostly.
And yet you're going to make us eat greasy dish like that?
It's not like I don't mind, but since you requested it.
Are you trying to harm our health?
No way. It's just you requested it. And since your husband mentioned something like that a few days ago, I thought today would be a good time to have it.
You blame us, but actually, you're the one who wants to eat it, huh?
That's not true. Fried food is too much for my stomach. My belly is getting bigger too.
Then don't buy fried chicken. I don't think he would like it either.
Oh, I understand. Then what would you like to eat?
Let's see. I can't think of anything. It's a wife's duty to think of a menu, go shopping and cook, right?
Yes. Then please eat without complaining.
What's with that tone? I'm getting furious. Hey, Melanie?
Yes?
You're having a baby boy, right?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
We couldn't find out the gender at the checkup the other day. But the doctor said we'll find out next time. But even if we find out, Harry said we should keep it a secret.
Why do you have to keep it a secret? I'm going to be a grandma, so you should let me know first.
That's what I thought, but he insisted on keeping it a secret until after the baby is born.
What? I can't wait that long.
What?
Harry is my only son, so we need an heir.
Heir? Neither his father nor Harry mentioned it.
Of course they won't mention it. It's obvious.
But Harry said he was looking forward to seeing which one would be born. He said all he wants is for the baby to be born healthy.
Harry is just saying that because he's kind.
No, I felt that was his true intention.
Again, you keep talking back to me like that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My first baby was a boy, so the generation was passed on, you know? It's a tacit understanding to have an heir. So I don't need an enjoyment of knowing the gender. I don't want anything but a boy.
Oh, but you can't decide the gender yourself. Who knows which one I'm going to have?
What are you talking about? You need to keep telling the baby, you are a boy. You are a boy.
That's primitive.
Are you making fun of me? That's how Harry was born. You should do the same.
Okay, let's talk about this another time. Well then, I'll finish off shopping and hurry home. Catherine? Catherine, please pick up the phone.
Melanie, what is it? I'm at the movie theater with my friends. It's the best part right now. Can you please not call me?
Catherine, please come back soon.
What? What's wrong?
I think I'm in labor. My belly and back hurt. I may have to go to the hospital, so can you come back?
Huh? Why do I have to go home because of your labor?
I'm in a lot of pain right now, so I'm afraid it's going to be hard for me to even call you later. I'm so worried, so I wanted you to stay with me.
Don't be spoiled.
Huh?
Every woman in the world endures that pain to give birth. You want me to come back? If you're in labor, go to the hospital on your own.
Catherine, don't say that. Please come home, please.
Well, I can, but as long as you mop the floor and cook dinner for today.
I can't.
Then you'll have to go through labor alone.
Oh no. Fine. I'll finish what you told me to do. Please come back.
You're a good actor, Melanie. It's just labor. You don't suffer that bad.
Well then, Catherine, I'll be waiting.
Melanie, can I talk to you?
Catherine, the baby is born. She's a lovely girl, just like Harry.
Ugh.
Catherine?
What the fuck? I told you to have a boy. Oh, excuse my language.
It's a healthy baby. Does it matter whether it's a boy or girl? I'm glad that the baby is born.
What are you saying? I told you. Why isn't it a boy?
But Catherine, it's your sweet granddaughter. At least look at her face. If you see her face, maybe you will.
Stop complaining, you useless lady.
What? I went through a hard time. How terrible.
It's hard for everyone to have a baby.
I asked you to come home, but I heard you came back around 7 at night. I did what I was told, mopped the floor and cooked dinner and waited for you. It seems like I fainted before you came, though.
How sloppy. You are too weak.
If your husband hadn't come home, I would have given birth at home. I'm so glad he came back.
I know, he's a great guy. He's indeed a man worth relying on. You should be thankful to him.
Of course. Unlike you.
Huh? You became a mother, but you're still as cocky as ever.
So, when will you come to see the baby?
Hey, I told you to have a boy. You broke the promise, so there's no way I'm coming to see you.
Are you still talking like that?
Such a useless wife. What did you marry into our family for? All you do is work? You can't do housework at all? How useless.
Catherine, that's too much. The baby will be sad too.
How can a newborn baby understand such a thing? Ugh. At least if you had a boy, you could have been useful as a wife.
Hey.
Don't come home again.
What?
I said, don't ever come back to this house.
Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious. I told you we don't need a girl. And it's your fault for not having a boy.
I can't help it even if you say it. Where do you want me to take this child and go?
I don't know. Now, finally, I will set you free.
Hey, I'm not a slave.
We don't need a wife who can't have a baby boy, so you don't have to come back.
Don't say that.
At best, you should enjoy your life in the hospital.
That's too much. I didn't know you were that terrible.
Melanie, what time are you leaving the hospital today? I had no choice, so I've prepared a baby bed for you. But you'll have to prepare a meal as soon as you get back, okay? At least I need you to do that. Melanie, what time are you coming home? I need you to clean up the house. At least reply to me. You're still insane.
What is it?
Finally, I called you, so you need to answer right away. What the hell are you doing? You have a lot to do when you get home. You're lazy. Come home.
You didn't hear anything from your husband?
About what?
He said he'd tell you.
What do you mean?
I just left the hospital with my husband, but we have some shopping to do, so I don't think we can go home that soon.
What are you thinking? You just got out of the hospital.
My husband's with me, so I'm fine.
Oh, right. That's good if my son is there. But it seems like you still don't know what it's like to be a wife. If you're like that, I don't need you to come home.
Of course, I'm not coming home.
What?
Please prepare your own meals. If you need to go shopping, please go by yourself. I believe you can clean by yourself, so please do so.
Huh? What are you talking about? You're an incompetent wife who can't even have a baby boy. At least shut up and do what your mother-in-law told you to do.
No, I will never go back to that house again.
Did you lose your mind after giving birth? Well, you were crazy from the beginning, though. Don't be silly. Just come home.
I didn't say anything crazy or stupid. We will not come back. Besides, I'm not a slave.
How long are you going to joke around? What do you mean, we? I'll let my husband and Harry know if you keep talking like that.
Hey, are you misunderstanding something?
Huh?
I'm with Harry right now. I was with your husband too just a few minutes ago. They have already agreed to it.
What do you mean?
Your husband is the one who encouraged us to leave.
Huh? What do you mean?
He was concerned about the bullying from you. And when he saw you being harsh to me when I had a big belly, he thought we need to live separately.
What? He said that?
Yes. The worst was the messages from you before and after the baby was born.
You showed them to him?
You said such terrible things, so I told my husband and showed them the messages.
How dare you? That's an invasion of privacy.
He said he couldn't forgive you for treating my precious child like this and giving me such horrible words.
What?
He said he can't go back to the house where you are waiting. Your husband is disappointed in you, who was watching a movie and not helping me when I had my labor.
He said that?
Yes. After they discussed about it, we decided to leave. It seems that while I was in the hospital, they prepared to move out.
You're lying. You kept it secret from me? Why didn't you tell me?
There's no way I would tell you. If I told you, you would have interrupted us. Besides, I can't stand anymore. I can't raise a child in a house where you live.
What are you talking about? The child is my grandchild.
But you only want a boy, right?
Well, I'd rather have a boy than a girl.
And I'm a cheeky daughter-in-law, so I don't have to come back, right?
That's...
Your husband suggested we should live separately at a very good time. So I'm very grateful. My husband and I will do our best to raise our child together.
You're my son's wife. What are you talking about? You should raise your child at this house.
I don't want to. Otherwise, my child will be harmed.
Harm? How rude!
By the way, my husband is also very angry with you.
What? Harry is?
Of course. You treated me like a slave, and you didn't care when I was in labor. You didn't even come to see your grandchild when she was born. To top it all off, you told me not to come home. Even if he wasn't my husband, anyone would be angry, right?
That's... I have pride as a mother-in-law, and I have to uphold my dignity. I thought it would make my husband look good if we had an heir.
He said he didn't need an heir.
What?
He said he could end this family.
You're kidding.
It's the 21st century, you know. He said that as long as the child is born healthy and grows up well, everything is fine. So it doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl.
No, I thought he would be happier if it was a boy.
He is a generous man. I don't think he would judge me on such a thing. He came to the hospital every day after the baby was born.
He did?
Yes. He said that his grandchild was exceptionally cute.
He didn't say anything like that. You guys have been keeping me away, haven't you?
No, that was your will, right? We didn't keep you away from us.
Don't say like that.
No matter what I said or did, you denied it. I knew that there was nothing more I could say to you. So, like you said, I will never go back to that house again, and I will not allow my child to see you. My husband hopes the same.
Oh no, wait. I apologize for what I've done so far. So please, come home.
No, I've made my decision.
Don't say that. I don't care if it's a girl at this point. I have to brag to the neighbors that we have a baby.
Our child is not a thing. I can't bring her home if you're like that.
Don't say that. I never meant it. I just wanted you to be aware of being a wife.
I thought I was fully aware of it, but we must have had different values. If there is a big difference in values, there will be a lot of dissatisfaction between us. I don't think it's good for your health.
That's not true.
Well then, let me end this conversation.
Wait a minute, Melanie. Will you please reconsider?
I've been thinking about it a lot, and I've discussed it with my husband and your husband, so I'm not having second thoughts. Besides, Harry says he never wants to see you again.
He said so? That's a lie. That's just a story you made up.
If you think I'm lying, you're welcome to think so. But I don't think he's coming back.
Really? I need to talk to my son. He's next to you, right? Pass the phone to him.
He's driving right now, and it seems like he has nothing to say to you. Take good care of yourself, Catherine.
Wait! Please forgive me.
It's too late. I want to protect this child, so goodbye. After that, Catherine was scolded by her husband for what she had done to me. She was making a lot of excuses, but when he told her he would divorce her if she couldn't listen to him, she became quiet. I guess she didn't want to break up with him. My father-in-law is a very open-minded man, and said he would see how things go for a while. My husband and I are struggling to raise our child together in our new house. It is much harder than I imagined, but every day I realize that this is what it means to be a parent. I guess this is how the bond between parent and child is formed. My father-in-law often comes to see the baby without telling his wife. It seems like the baby is so cute that it makes him smile a lot when he sees her. Not now, but when our life settles down and we are comfortable, I'm planning to talk to my husband about my mother-in-law once again.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!